Hey, what's happening, folks? I'm over here at the house. It's 6:20 a.m. I'm not generally up this early, but I'm on a mission today. I'm getting ready to drive out to Claremont. It's about 30 miles away, and they're having a huge indoor yard sale. I was up at 5 a.m. I wanted to make sure that I was out the door by 6:15, so I'm running a few minutes behind. But I've seen sales like this before, and there can be a lot of competition, so I want to try to get in line early so I can get the good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and drive out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey, what's happening, folks? I just arrived at the church in Claremont, and there's the sign for the yard sale. It says huge indoor yard sale. And you guys know that just puts me right in my element. It looks like so far we've only got one shark, maybe two here, and I am number 3. And I see people are starting to pull up now, so that's why I got here early. The thing about these mega sales is you got to be here early because a lot of the times there's going to be a line out the door, and you don't want to be at the back of the line. All right, guys, so as you can see, people are already starting to walk up to the door. I'm not really worried about 5 or 10, maybe even 15 people, but when people start ascending onto that front door to line up, the Big Josh has got to go. Hey, really sorry about the poor video quality. I'm having to actually use my phone right now. Like an idiot, I forgot to charge my camcorder last night. Damn, there's all kinds of people pulling up here, guys. I'm really not trying to stand in line longer than I have to. It's a bit hard on my knees, but I will do what I have to do to get the good stuff. Whenever I find one of these mega sales like this, I'm not afraid to put in that little bit of extra effort. Back when I lived on the seacoast of New Hampshire, there were at least 3 regular mega sales that I went to every year. The first one that I recall was at a congregational church. I always did okay there, a lot of household items and stuff. But the 2 biggest ones were the Boy Scout sales. There was one Boy Scout sale that was in Chesterfield every June, and this thing was huge. I'm talking about 100 tables, big tents. It was crazy. I used to find so much stuff there. It was a little bit more on the expensive side, but my favorite sale of the year was always the Troop 177 rummage sale. It always started on a Friday, and I would get there an hour early. And usually on a Friday, there's not a lot of people lined up. So I would head right to the electronics aisle, and I got all kinds of stuff. In fact, I counted on that sale as part of my yearly inventory. Mainly, I would just grab the low-hanging fruit, the really good stuff, and then I would come back on Sunday when they had fill a bag for $5, and I would just fill an IKEA bag full of food processors and blenders, and I would just part that stuff out all year and just have extra money coming in. But I haven't been to that sale in like 2 years. They didn't have it last year because of the COVID, and I didn't go to it the year before because we moved. But my plan of attack today is to get in there and grab all the good stuff. I'm looking for collectibles. I want video games, looking for those N64 games, the GameCube stuff, Super Nintendo. I want little handheld Game Boys. I'm looking for Pokemon stuff. I want TI calculators. I want $50 to $100 items and lots of them. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for, and I'm not afraid to get dirty. So there's going to be a lot of sales today. I've already seen a bunch of signs out here, moving sales and stuff. I've got 10 sales to go to back in Swansea. So I don't know. I'm probably going to be out all day long looking for that merchandise. I got up really early, and so I might as well, get something out of it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep an eye on the line, and I'll get back to you soon. Guys, check out how crazy this yard sale is. I got to tell you, I have never seen anything like this in my entire life, and it is huge. And these are the beautiful staff members that are making it all happen. This place is wild. Wow. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm over here at the light table. It's Saturday night. It's about 11 p.m. and I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm just indulging in a diet orange. I'm wearing the old lucky hat. I actually didn't wear that hat today and still had plenty of luck, but I think if I would have worn it, I probably would have had better luck towards the end of the day. So as you guys can tell from that yard sale video, that St. Mary's sale was on fire with good deals today. I'll tell you what, guys, I don't have a lot of experience with Catholics, but one thing I've learned is those people know how to throw on a sale. So after going to that sale today and seeing how awesome it was, that's going to be the sale that I start looking forward to every year. If I had to rate that sale 5 out of 5, I give it a straight 5 all day long. They had everything you could want at a sale. The people running the sale were friendly. They had a bunch of high school kids that were super friendly, and they were carrying stuff out to people's cars. They were really helpful. It was amazing to see just how great these people were at this sale. They just did a fantastic job. The prices out there were dirt cheap. They had great stuff selling for a quarter, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. It was truly my type of sale. And I bought a lot of stuff today. I could have bought a whole lot more stuff to make even more money, but I just got so much stuff that I was tired of stuff for the day. That video of the inside of the sale just doesn't do the sale justice. Those tables were jam-packed with stuff. I mean, it was overflowing. I even saw my friend Jim walking up to the sale about 10 minutes before 8, and even he could verify that they had tons of stuff. He actually told me that he found a $400 painting for like $4. Jim's a really good guy. He's got an art business. He does estate sales, estate sale cleanouts. So if you guys live in the Keene area of New Hampshire or, say, Brattleboro, Vermont, and you need those services, go ahead and give him a call. I'll leave his contact information at the bottom in the description. So let's get into the cool stuff that we found today. One of the first things I found at the game table was the Star Trek Deep Space Nine game. I think it's a CD-ROM video game. They had it priced at $1. I think it was going for about $15. There was also this board game called Quip It. It's still brand new and sealed like that Deep Space Nine game. It does have a tear in the packaging. They were only charging $1. I saw this big stack of food saver containers and they only wanted $2 for it. I saw that lots of 3 were going for about $20, so I expect to sell these for about $40 to $45 plus shipping. I think there was probably about 100 people in line when they opened the doors today, and I was fortunate to probably be number 5 or 6. When I first walked in today, I saw this item sitting on the table, and I immediately grabbed it. It's got some little dents on it, but it was marked for only $2. I didn't even look it up, I just bought it. I believe it's some kind of oil lamp or something similar, and it looks like one sold back in July for about $35 plus shipping, so this should do well. I've sold this cookware set in the past. It's old Vintage Tupperware. They had $3 on the whole set. I actually had to dig around a little bit to find this cover, and eventually I found it on another table, and I think that completes the set. I'm going to probably have to clean it up a little bit, but at $3, I should do pretty well on these. I found this really nice Gilbert Nano Silver. This is a high quality item. I've sold these types of items in the past before and have always done really well. And they only had 75 cents on this. And God bless those Catholics. I just need to make sure it works, but I think I could probably get about $35 plus shipping for it. This may have been a mistake. I thought it was still sealed in its original packaging, but I looked a little bit closer and I don't think that's the case. It's a Black & Decker Gizmo. It's some type of cordless grater. I've always done really well with Black & Decker stuff like this. It's almost on par with like the Space Maker stuff. If it does indeed work, I might be able to get about $15 for it. If not, it just goes in the trash. This is actually a really decent find. It's a Radio Shack Pro 96 scanner. These usually don't do all that well. I've got a few listed now and I can't seem to give them away. But this one right here is a little bit more of a rarer item. When I was a kid, I wanted this model, but we couldn't afford it, and it's retained its value over the years. This guy right here probably sells for north of $150. It might even sell for more because it has the manual and there's a power cable as well. And fortunately, it still works fine. It's got some rechargeable batteries in it, so I might have to replace those. And I ended up paying $1 for this. I also found this 2007 Jack's Pacific plug-and-play Mr. Pac-Man. They had 25 cents on this, and it was there for like an entire hour and a half. I just didn't see it until like my 12th walk around. I wasn't sure if it was one of the more valuable ones or not, but I just threw it in the bag. 25 cents, you can't really beat that. I used to find these all the time when I was at Savers, but I haven't seen one of these in probably about a year, so I was happy to find it. And it looks like they sell for pretty good money, but I'll probably have to wait until around Christmas to get full value. I also found this little bag for 75 cents, and it's just a new old stock Kodak Ink. It's number 30 black. These sell for about $20 to $25, so I figured 75 cents was a pretty good buy. I also bought this really nice percolator. Unfortunately, it's not the made in the USA model. It is Chinese, but it's extremely clean, and it's a really nice looking percolator, and I believe this will probably still sell for between $20 and $25. A lot of times these do sell better in the wintertime, so maybe I can get 25 to 30 around November or so. And they had only $3 on that. I also found this box of Maxell 1.44 discs. This is like new old stock from the 90s. They had 25 cents on it, and it looks like these sell for around $15 free shipping. When I saw 25 cents, I just had to throw it in the bag. I found this little Buzz Lightyear toy. I've seen other resellers like Flipping Junk pick these up like a dozen times before. I've never actually seen one. Until today, that is. They only wanted $1 for it, and it looks like these sell for between $15 and $20 plus shipping. I gotta find out more about it, but I figured it'd be fun to give it a shot. I got this KitchenAid food grinder attachment. I've sold things like this in the past, and I thought they did a little bit better, but I saw comps that were all over the place. It looked like they were going for between $15 and maybe $25 plus shipping. If I can get 25, I'll be okay with that, but I guess we'll just have to see. This is a vintage pair of Totes Toasties. It's new old stock from 1993. It's got a really nice pink color to it. I'm hoping I could probably sell this for between 15 and 20 free shipping. I found 2 of these items right here, and I have absolutely no idea what the heck these things are. They were only 25 cents a piece, and they're called Arrow, and I believe it was 3740. It says 250 volts, 10 amp. It's really, really vintage. It looks like it's made out of porcelain. I just don't know anything about this, and I can't seem to find anything on eBay or Google. Chuck might know what this is, but I don't know. But if you guys know what this is, just please leave a comment in the bottom and just tell me what this thing is so I can look it up. This is the Braun KSM2 coffee grinder. I've sold these a number of times in the past. They always do relatively well for me. I usually have to pay about $3 or $4 for these at the Salvation Army, but over here at St. Mary's, it was only 50 cents. It's pretty clean on the inside, so I'm not going to have to do too much to it. I should be able to make some decent bucks on this. This is a pretty nice piece. It's a vintage Salad Master grinder. Salad Master is a really good name, high quality. This is made in Waterloo, Indiana, so it's made in the USA. Unfortunately, it's supposed to come with several cones, and I looked everywhere for the cones. I didn't see them anywhere. So somebody either took them or I don't know what happened, but there was only the one cone included. But luckily for me, they only wanted $1 for this. It looks like these are selling for really good money with all of the cones, but unfortunately, since I don't have the cones, it's looking like that's going to really hurt the value, but I think I should be able to make a little bit on this. I also got this vintage realistic scanner. It looks like it still works fine. Unfortunately, there was no antenna with it. I looked around everywhere and didn't see it, but it was only 50 cents, so I just couldn't pass it up. I actually have a similar one listed without the antenna, and it hasn't sold yet. I'm probably going to have to lower the price. If it did have the antenna, they sell for about $25 or $30 plus shipping, so I don't know, maybe somebody will buy this. But for 50 cents, I just couldn't pass on it. I found this big Regal Moulinex Love Machine 2. These are pretty good food processors. I used to find them all of the time, but I don't see them much anymore. And if I do, they usually want a lot of money for them at the Salvation Army. I think they ask like 10 or 15 bucks, and that's just a little bit out of my price range. It didn't come with all of the parts that it's supposed to, but it did come with most of them. I'm just going to end up parting this out. I'll end up selling the lid and pusher separately. I think the work bowl sells for 15 bucks plus shipping, and there's a little stem adapter in there. I think that sells for between $10 and $15 on its own. There's an S blade in there that Probably sells for 10 to 15 plus shipping. It looks like it's got some wear and tear, but I think it's still in usable condition. You basically have to toss these because nobody really wants them. They cost a buttload of money to ship, and they just sit on your shelf taking up valuable inventory. My buddy Mike from California was like, man, you ought to save up about 500 of these things and just sell them. I'm like, Mike, and no. I know his heart was in the right place, but if I saved these things up, I would be in a world of ado. I got a little bit excited when I saw this because in one of the recent videos, Froggy Flips found something like this, and I thought maybe this was worth a lot of money, but I looked it up on eBay, and I think it's only like a $10 item or something. They were only charging $1 for it, and it's got some condition issues. I don't even think it's going to be that great of a sale. It looked like some were selling for more, but I don't think this is going to sell for a whole lot. My buddy Jim saw that I bought it, and he said his wife would have like jumped on this, and I should have let her have it. But it's got some miscellaneous dolly clothes and stuff in there. I mean, some of this stuff is really cool. I don't know if like some of these items have individual value, but I figured for $1, you just can't go wrong. I mean, this is like some nice looking stuff, so you know, maybe I can play around with it. I've had really minimal experience with dolly stuff, but I have sold some before, and it's sold for decent money, so I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. There was probably some pretty good Barbie stuff today, but these ladies over there look like they really wanted to get to it, so I don't know. I don't know if I picked up anything that was good. This guy looks like it's a 1968 Ken. And he's like, hey, how you doing over there? Just wanted you to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my buddy ISO Big Nugget, because he the bomb. Appreciate you, buddy. I also found this 1968 Ken, and he was 50 cents as well, and he's got that cool bathing suit going on. I'll probably just try to lot these two together and see what happens. They had this thing on the table. It's a 2008 Indiana Jones Burger King toy. It was only 25 cents. I didn't even look it up until now. I think I just saw one sold for a best offer from $12.99 plus $10 shipping. I'm not sure what the offer was, but it looks like I should be able to make a few bucks, and definitely at 25 cents. I also found this really big box full of little dollies. I mean, there's just all kinds of little dolls and miscellaneous, like look, Princess Chelsea. It looks like they're from 2001. I'm just going to have to do a little more research. I'm not sure if I'm just going to sell them individually or put them in one large lot, but I think either way, I'll probably still make some pretty good money. I think there was about 22 or 23, so I paid between $11 and $12, and I'm hoping that I can make a couple $100 on them. I believe that was everything that I found over at that sale, and sadly, I just realized that the last box of items that I purchased at that church sale never made it into my van. I think it might have gotten misplaced, but I didn't notice it while we were loading up the van. But I had this terrible feeling that I was missing something, and unfortunately I was. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was some pretty cool stuff. There was a stack of 6 drinking cups. They were made in the USA, Kansas. I looked them up, and the stack was selling for like $20, $25. And then there were some similar Tupperware drinking cups, and those probably were like $12 to $15. And then there was a really cool old Jello mold from like the 60s, and it looked like they were selling for like 15 bucks, and it was like a quarter. But I think the most painful was this vintage like barometer, and it was wood, and it would tell the temperature and the humidity and everything, and it was old looking. I paid $5 for it, and it looked like they were selling regularly on eBay for $50. So I'm really sad about that, but there's nothing that can be done. Next year when I go, I'm going to have to figure out a better system, because that's going to be like I lost a $100 bill. But anyway, it does happen. I don't think there was anything malicious about it. I think the box just got mixed up somewhere. Even if they had it, I don't think it'd be worth it for me to drive all the way back there to get it. So hopefully somebody gets that stuff and gets some good use out of it. My dad gave me a newspaper clipping of a downsizing sale. It was the next town up, so I decided to go take a look at it. But on the way to that sale, I saw a sign for another yard sale, and I shot over there and found a few items. I paid the lady a total of $4 for these items, and here's what I got. One of the items that I found was this wild turkey collar. It has a cassette in it. I looked on the back, and it's from 1985, so it's new old stock. I saw something similar that sold. It was just a cassette, It sold for like $10, but this one has these right here. I'm not sure what these are. I'm going to do a little more research and just pop it up there. Maybe I can get 20, 25 for it. I don't know. I also found this trolling motor transducer bracket, and it looks like these sell for between $20 and $30. It does have some wear and tear on the packaging. I might have to hold on to it for a while, but it was only $1, so I think I'll do okay. I also found this Pampered Chef measuring doohickey. I paid her $1 for it, and I probably shouldn't have bought it because they don't sell for very much, but I am a sucker when it comes to Pampered Chef. I've just made so much money on it over the years that it's hard not to pick up, but I think I'll probably make a couple dollars if I'm lucky. I also found this Quaker Boy Double Trouble. It's 2-in-1 cow and calf elk call. I couldn't find anything like this on eBay, but it looked like this brand was selling for pretty good money. I only paid $1 for it, so if I can get like $10 to $20 for it, I'd be happy. So when I finally got to that downsizing sale, I wasn't sure if I was going to find anything or not, but I ended up actually finding quite a few good items out of there, and the people running the sale were really nice people. They were older folks. I would say the guy was probably close to 80 years old, and he was an ex-Marine. He had a lot of camping and outdoor stuff, so he sold me a bunch of stuff he had. He sold me this Field Line fanny pack. It's made in the USA. It seems like it's good quality. It comes with 2 drink containers. A lot of this stuff that he sold was between $2 and $5, so I can't remember how much I paid for every item, but I paid him a total of $35. I saw this hunting vest that he had. I thought it was really neat. It's vintage. It's got these little places to put your shotgun shells. It's made by a company called Walls, and on the back it's got a little pouch where you can put the dead bird. I asked him how much he wanted, and he told me $5. It looked like they were selling for about $25. I think I might be able to get a little bit more during hunting season. I paid him $2 for this item right here. It's vintage. It's made by a company called Gotta Go. It's made in the USA, and I asked him how much he wanted, and he said $2. So I figured what a no-brainer that's going to be. I didn't see any sold comps on this, but I'm sure this will probably do okay during the winter. This might have been a bad buy. It's a Cabela's jacket. It feels nice and heavy. It's 100% polyester, and I don't know if this is going to be a good one or not. I really don't know if I should have bought this. It looked like I saw a couple similar selling for $10. It is an extra large, so maybe that'll help out. I asked him if he wanted 5 for it, and he said, how about 10? So I just kind of bought it because it looked like a good jacket, but I guess we'll have to see. This probably isn't the best time to be selling coats anyway. This will probably do better during the winter time. He had these nice buckskin mittens, and they look really warm. I would be honored to use these if nobody bought them, but I think when it gets cold out, people are definitely going to be looking for stuff like this. I asked him how much he wanted for them, and he said $2. I also got this large fanny pack from him. It's got all these straps on the back. I paid $5 for it. I'm not sure how it's going to do, but hopefully it'll do okay. This was also a really good find. It's a vintage Coleman stove. It's the model number 533. It does look a little bit dirty, and I don't really have a way to test it, but it does come with a cover, and it locks in place and everything. When I asked him how much he wanted for it, he said just give me $2. When I looked it up online, it looked like it was selling for pretty good money, so I thought $2 was a good deal. He also had this Guardian Alert 911. It's for senior citizens and people that are disabled. You wear it around your neck, and you can automatically call for emergency assistance if you get hurt. I asked him how much he wanted, and he said just $2. It looks like it's still sealed in the original packaging. I see everything wrapped in its bag, so that's a good sign. It's not going to be a big-time moneymaker, but I'll be able to make a few dollars on it. I also picked up this Fedora hat from him. It's made in the USA. It's made by a company called HXC. I really didn't want to buy this hat, but he said just give me $2 for it, and so I did. But I saw a seller selling a similar one for $40 free shipping, so maybe I'll just put mine up for $19.95 or best offer plus shipping and see what happens. I also found this fedora over there. He charged me $5 for it, but it's a pretty nice piece. He told me it was his father's, and I think it should sell for about $40 to $50, hopefully. After I left there, I shot over to the local dump, but sadly I didn't see anything, so I decided to check out a couple yard sales they were having in Swansea, and unfortunately I didn't find a single thing. Then I went over to the Salvation Army and didn't find anything at all. So I would have just been better off going home after the dump and not driving an extra 40, 50 miles. Anyway, other than that box situation, I had a really good time today. I found some good inventory, and I didn't spend a whole lot. So let me know how you think I did down in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. It would really help me out. And if I get this video up by tomorrow, you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. If not, have a good next week. Talk to you later. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this is also a... Not sure if you can tell, but this is also a 1968. Not sure if you guys... if you don't like it... Kiss my grits.
Tell her she can kiss my grits.